Hello there.
So at the moment that I am recording this, I am planning to do a triple upload of Boardwalk Empire. So if you're watching this intro, hooray, you're going to get another upload of Boardwalk Empire today, along with episode 1, which I just dropped previously of season 2. So I'm planning to record episode 2 right now, episode 3 right after, and get to editing and hopefully getting them uploaded without no copyright issues, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. So what's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia, absolutely shooting a shot, and today we are up to Boardwalk Empire, episode 2 of season 2, titled Ourselves Alone. We're gonna get into the reaction. We're gonna have some fun with this thing. Let's absolutely smash it. Let's go.
Morning, ma'am.
Yo, the housemaid whispers, Nucky being arrested in the paper.
Good morning, Katie. Pauline. Lillian.
Ma'am, Mrs. Schroeder.
Are the children up? Just breakfasting now.
Why do you need 3 housemaids? Like, isn't that overkill?
That is today's press. Surely it either is or it isn't.
She's going to find out anyway. I've been crying for hours.
Oh, shut up. See, this is going to be interesting. I'm interested to see the evolution of Margaret's character this season in particular. Obviously, with Nucky arrested now, and with him being like a lone soldier in this game, like I always say, the only one he can really trust at the moment is Chalky White. We know that Eli's planning to backstab him with the Commodore and Jimmy. Jimmy's a bit conflicted in where his loyalties lie. So I'm interested to see if he places his trust in Margaret. And that was kind of foreshadowed in season 1, when he made that phone call, told her to go to his office, go in the drawer and get all these things. And when she read the logbooks, yeah, that's placing already a lot of trust in Margaret, and he already confided in her what happened to him with his wife and newly born kid. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he pops the question to Margaret and ask her to marry him and provide him that extra bit of security, sort of like a Breaking Bad situation where the only reason Walter White and Skylar Grey ended up staying together, spoiler alert for the series, was because of the legal privileges they had because they were married. And Skylar Grey, I can't remember what it was, but it had something to do with her having that husband-wife privilege in terms of she did not have to rat him out in a way. So yeah, I wonder if that was the case, if this is going to be the case in this show, and the king himself, Nucky Thompson, placing his trust in a queen and then securing that bond through marriage.
Emily must wear her union suit, and Teddy will put on his heaviest socks.
See, why can't you dress the kids? You see, she got too comfortable with this life.
They made it themselves. I just checked the spelling. Will there be dinner, ma'am?
Why wouldn't there be?
But tonight, ma'am, for the visiting gentlemen.
On account of the events. Katie, this rook must be taken out and beaten before Mr. McGarrigle and the other guests arrive.
These maids are so hesitant, man. It's like their jobs are on the line because Nucky got arrested. They're acting like if they say the wrong thing, they're out the door.
Thompson able to...
Yo.
Did you want me to do it now? What sort of coat do you have?
He kind of looked like a young Ellen Ripley right there. Yo. Yo. Yo, see that double...
Understand you're in a precarious situation.
Oh, him and Chalky White in the same... Oh, this is going to be a generational scene. Now, I'd just like to say, I love some of the mirror shots in this show. And right there, you had sort of the mirror, a double mirror in frame, capturing the other side of Margaret, or one side of Margaret's face. You had obviously the mirror in front of her, the oval one, and then the one to the right of her. Very interesting placement right there of the mirrors, and it just, I don't know, it's very interesting, the framing in the show sometimes.
Uncertain, not secure.
I know what it means.
It was for your own protection.
On the steps of my own house.
Yo, even in jail, they got the
Came
most
from
fly
me.
suits.
Not a coincidence, was it?
Clan come at me anytime.
Not as long they thought I could help you.
So, obviously, sorry to keep pausing. At the time I'm recording this, I haven't uploaded episode 1 yet, but I still notice the robotic sound in, you know, Steve Buscemi's audio, the slight reverb in his mic.
So why they think you couldn't all of a sudden?
What were you doing election night?
Basement of the EME church, handing out dollar bills to every able-bodied Negro come in.
And the other wards?
I wasn't in the other wards, was I?
Neary, Boyd, Fleming, O'Neill.
Neary.
Why?
O'Neill just go along, get along. And Fleming, he couldn't eat a pick to mud with a bucket of apples. But Neary, he a son of a bitch. Ever since I run numbers for Oscar Panu over in Georgia, used to come around for collection. And he did like to give a taste of that nice stick.
And Boyd?
You asking the wrong question and you know it. Ain't a one of them pikers got it in them to make a squeal. Less than they be put up to it.
Yes. And who could have done that?
Isaac Ginsburg?
He's my attorney.
Oh, he posted your bail.
What about me?
Chalky, be patient. That's all I ask. Please.
I get my own Jew lawyer down from Camden. Precarious motherfucker.
You're better spoken than I expected.
We never really talked before.
Are you and Charlie are acquainted?
We have someone in common.
Yeah, Charlie, discretion. Charlie volunteered to absent himself from this meeting. He felt his presence might be disruptive, but I counseled what?
Not let the past get in the way of the future.
We are all learning, Mr. Rothstein,
And what can I learn from you, Mr. Darmody?
that things are changing in Atlantic City. If you're in the market for quality liquor coming in off the beaches at a reasonable price and in good supply, I can get it for you.
You, personally?
Me, my associates. I'm expanding my business, and you are precisely the type of discerning customer I'm looking for.
And Nucky Thompson?
Nucky's like a father to me.
I got a father. Barely shed a low in 5 years.
Sorry to hear it.
Who are you, Mr. Darmody?
He don't know that.
Pardon?
He don't know that.
You show up well-dressed, with a silk cravat and a bold proposal. A year ago, you were a brigand in the woods. Who are you?
I'm a businessman. A veteran. I just got married.
Congratulations.
I have a son. He's almost 4.
Cart before the horse. I appreciate you coming to me. I applaud your audacity. And I give you my word that your offer remains in this room.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
What does that mean?
I'll show you out.
It means that others don't know that you went behind their back.
Mr. Darmody, don't you find it curious? Neither of us has mentioned that Nucky Thompson spent last night in jail.
He did?
Election fraud, apparently.
Well, things seem to be changing faster than I realized.
Yeah, Jimmy's copped it bad with the audio. He sounds really robotic. They got some auto-tune on that thing, man.
Just give me the straight dope, all right?
Maya thinks we should talk.
Maya Lansky.
Straight from your old friend Governor Edwards.
How do you know?
These state troopers, they're all Edwards men. What does he want with his shiny new police force? A big splash. And Solomon Bishop,
State's attorney.
the man who's going to try very hard to put you in prison.
Fine. Tell me he's poor but honest.
He's married to Alessa Whitney, and he set his salary at $1 per annum, so not poor. As for honest, you want to ask about the indictment. I do not have a copy of the indictment yet. However, I gleaned from the courthouse clerk that your ship is leaking.
Who is it?
Confidential witness number 1 and his boon companion, confidential witness number 2. They will testify to direct knowledge of widespread election abuses in county precincts on November 2nd last, including but not limited to voter intimidation, fraud, theft of ballot boxes, and bribery.
Damn.
There's reporters out there.
Mr. Thompson?
Look at innocent little naive Margaret pull up.
Solomon Bishop, Deputy Attorney with the state of New Jersey.
When will Mr. Thompson return?
You read the papers, ma'am?
On Sundays, after the neighbors are done with it.
Well, perhaps you can borrow it from them today.
Mr. Thompson's been arrested.
Good Lord. For what?
The neighbors will tell you.
Yes, of course. It's just, I was told, you see, that I could come here and Mr. Thompson would aid me. I have the 2 wee ones and...
I'm very sorry, ma'am.
Yo, give her the Oscar. Give her the Oscar.
I walked here.
Give her the Oscar.
Bungalow Park. Thank you. But
Actually, sorry, Emmy. Golden Globe. It's a TV show.
I think she may be with child, sir. It's this way, ma'am.
And Trenton can't bear the idea that there's a place where the working man, the family man, by God, even the colored man can take his wife and children.
Sure, but what's all that got to do with election rigging?
This isn't about rigging anything, Harold. It's about sore losers.
How dirty is this town, Nuck?
Is there an honest man in Atlantic City?
There's a sober reporter at the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Be news to me.
Come on, Nuck, you have to fix the election. Come on, Nuck, you can give us everything. How involved are you in this? Come on, just go all the way.
I will not be tried by the press. I'm going to use the same legal system that's being turned against me, and I'm going to put this business where it belongs, in the trash. There you go, boys, write it up.
Yeah, but it's Nucky's town, Eli.
And who ran it before him? Nucky was weaned on the Commodore's teeth.
There's a picture to keep at your bedside.
Oh
That's the point.
my
It's a young
gosh.
man's game. I'm not saying that the Commodore...
How old are you, Damien?
Well, Commodore,
Bro, this is about to be the Ides of March. This is the council Caesar had, and they're gonna betray him. This is exactly what's going on here. Yo, they all in league with the Commodore now. What the heck, man? Like,
38, sir.
Ah, he's fallen to the shoe polish. Pick up that tusk.
Commodore,
Get up.
Nucky's done so much for these men, and if they turn their back on him, like, I wonder if one of them will leak it what they're planning to do here.
So you all showed up. It tells me that we all feel the same about a certain individual. The arrogance, selfishness, neglect.
Let me take the fall on St. Patty's.
Such is his method, Jim. And then, wave of the hand, all's forgiven. Makes me sick. And I say this as a blood relation.
A whelp of 14 when you first sat at my knee, right, George?
Never forget it, Commodore.
Driving that buckboard from the train station to my hotel.
All came up together, didn't we?
And back together we'll be.
I feel like he's the one that will go to Nucky.
Lean. And woe unto them that follow him.
But he's just indicted, and Nucky, well, he's pretty smart. I mean, if what we're talking about here is...
Plugging him in the ass?
Like this little shitter.
Well, how can we be sure? I mean, all of us, we got families.
How's yours, Damien? They like that new house?
That was an accident. Wasn't it?
Nucky Thompson's going to jail thanks to Jim Neary and
Patrick Ryan, sir.
Eyewitness testimony that nails him dead to rights on the election.
Which also leaves us the booze. How are you going to handle that, sir?
Who's the chairman of the yacht club?
You are, Commodore.
With a solid tie to the Coast Guard. What we ship comes in, what Nucky ships doesn't. You all know my son.
But Jimmy's gonna run it?
You're damn right.
Kid's a war hero.
What about Chalky?
That pickaninny's neutered.
It's ours for the taking, boys.
Well, it's not gonna be easy.
Yo, it legit is Chalky and Nucky versus the rest. That's all it is. Nucky is up against everyone here. This is dirty, man. This is dirty. This is dirty. The Commodore really got it in him. Oh, like, I'm just trying to think. Where is Nucky? Where can Nucky find his allies right here? Chalky is not enough. Maybe Chicago, but I don't know if that yesterday's I watched episode 1 yesterday, but I don't know if the episode yesterday, I can't remember whether the arrest had anything to do with Chicago or was it actually the Commodore's doing. But either way, Nucky's got no friends in this world. Like, he's got no one besides Chalky, and the only one I think he can possibly go to is Rothstein in New York, as an act of desperation. But, like, even then, that motherfucker can't be trusted. Like, who is there to... We gotta go to a different city. We gotta go to the Peaky Blinders or something, man. We gotta go to London. We gotta go to Birmingham. We gotta maybe, yeah. We gotta outsource our men, man. We gotta go international.
Nothing worthwhile ever is.
I'm just trying to think who's there to be trusted.
This. When you come face to face with destiny, do you want to be the bear, or you want to be holding a shotgun?
Lester was quite insistent about visiting you.
Ain't a proper place for him at all.
So I said, he thought you might enjoy something to read.
Oh, yes. It's a good one. Tell him thank you. I'm his daddy. And, I'll see him soon.
Mrs. White, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to...
Yes, of course.
Albert, you have a family waiting that loves you.
My Valentine.
Bro, you could place Michael Kenneth Williams anywhere and he will steal the scene. Yeah, place him in a jail cell.
Ma.
Oh, really?
Who that little lamb tail?
Oh, shit. I told you.
Like to look her up.
You could place him in a jail cell and he'll still steal the scene.
Well, Buck, I'll tell my wife next time I see her.
I mean, no offense. Got to pay her eyeballs. Can't help but use them.
Suppose not.
Name's Dunn Pernsley. Up from Baltimore on Friday.
Don't say.
$40 one pocket, corn knife the other, and friend, come Saturday night, I use them both.
Hope it was worth the ruckus.
Was to me.
So be it.
What you got there?
David Copperfield, Charles Dickens.
Tom Sawyer.
Well, we ain't going no place. Won't you read some aloud? Y'all up for the tale, right? Read the first part. What you
Tale
say?
Tom
You the
Sawyer.
man, B. You whole darky ain't talking to you. This palaver between friend.
Friend.
He chalky white.
He is. He is?
He is?
I had no idea. You telling me walking around this earth be a moke, dress up like old Zip Coon, fine high yellow bitch by his side, and he called Chalky White? Cause that'd be the most buckra nigga horse shit I ever hear. What you say to that, brother Tambo?
I say you heard my name.
Don't poke the bear, man. Don't poke the bear.
I know you heard mine.
Mr. White, gonna have to move you across. Can't be mixing the races.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
I need you to call the sheriff and the alderman of each ward and the mayor. Tell them I want them over here as quickly as possible. Eddie will give you the numbers. Keep up the good work. I also need a florist.
I love that subtle detail right there. Kessler trying to sit, you know, read his book. Nucky opens. Oh, okay. I need to be ready for service. Like, ready to serve. Not a moment's rest.
Curiosity is not necessarily a virtue. Oh, ma'am. He will sit at the head, as usual.
My Valentine.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry. We were putting together a birdhouse.
This is not a plaything. You will go to your room, you will sit in your chair and reflect on your conduct. Is that clear?
Yo, like father, like son, man. This kid chasing around his sister with a hammer? Damn abusive. Hey!
I'm not a burglar. Though, I do confess to calling out a window or two.
Charlie Cox!
What can I do for you?
Daredevil, what's up?
Thompson that John McGarrigle's man is here. Off you go. There's a good Colleen.
There is no Mrs. Thompson.
Then I'll speak with the lady of the household.
That is a poor Irish accent, Charlie Cox.
May I maxim a culpa, Mrs.
My son seems to think it's a toy.
And where's he?
In his room. He's 7.
Well, we won't be too vexed about him then. May I? Sorry for the bother.
Listen, I love me some Charlie Cox, but this scene kind of awkward, you know?
Why don't you leave off that?
Huh? He wants you shut that fly trap you got hanging down.
Got a cold or something.
So don't be passing it to me. Where I supposed to go? He got you there, friend. We's in it together. Now, what done Pernsley do? Find that little place up here? Can't nobody get to. Hell, I done 3 years in ankle chains like it was taking a nap. Chalky White know what I'm talking about, don't he? Mm-hmm. I bet he up there right now. All soft and pillowy. Honeybee White fetching plates of greens, roast beef, reading Tom Sawyer. Ain't that so, Chalky White?
Might could be.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I climb up there with you. Jazz that woman up while you be licking the plate.
Yo, this guy, I told you, don't poke the bear. He asking for it. Don Pernsley, man.
Well, Buck, you do what you want. Just be you and your right hand anyway.
Now, that's how you play it, gentlemen. Oh, yeah. We gonna get on fine.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this Dunn's parent, like, clearly, I feel like he's got a few screws missing. But, like, Chalky White could use the muscle at the moment. And, listen, this might be the kind of right guy to have around to enforce some pain on other people. Like, you need a guy like this to, you know, have that cray-cray about it, you know? He won't give two shits about inflicting harm on others. I don't know. But I doubt he's going to be the one to serve Chalky. But these prison cell scenes with Chalky and the boys are very, very interesting. Like, it's cinema, man. I love it. I love it. They're having fun in there. It's a slumber party in prison.
Am I late?
Where the hell have you been?
I came soon as I got the message.
90 minutes.
There's reporters everywhere. And these investigators snooping around. I'm not proud of myself. Been hiding in my garage. Where is everybody?
I need you to tell me if you were approached about turning against me.
Ooh!
I'm with you. You know that. We're in business together. We're building things.
And nobody came to you.
I love how he's using... I think this is like a secondary office for Nucky. It's clearly his older office, maybe he's worked out of. The secretary hasn't seen him in a long time, like the little personal assistant, executive assistant. And yeah, this is something here where he's going to do these one-on-one interviews, calling other individuals, and he's got the mayor here first. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see him get the read on other individuals.
Not Neary?
No.
Any of the bosses? The Commodore.
Ooh!
How bad is this?
I'm gonna beat this, Ed. And when I do, I'll remember who showed up here today. Who didn't. Depend on that.
At least the mayor showed up, man. This ain't the Ritz, but it'll do.
Mr. Thompson, Mr. Kessler called from your other office. It's safe to go back now.
What's in it for you, Jim?
Same as everybody. Less headaches and more green.
What? Nucky keeps the jack flowing.
Where were you last year? Armed robbery, shooting on the board?
If it ain't broke,
That's
don't
not a
fix
man
it.
in control. And the election?
We took it, didn't we?
Too goddamn close. If we lost, where would we be then?
It doesn't mean he's got to go to jail.
The roads, we're all in on that.
Still will be, with the Commodore.
But it's Nucky's deal.
Get this into that potato sack of yours. We're not in charge. The Commodore wants Nucky next to that fucking grizzly. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, what's keeping us from winding up with him?
The Commodore, he puts the fix in. What do you think?
He's dyeing his damn hair.
He could serve you up for Christmas dinner.
And Eli?
He's got Eli, and Eli's the law.
What about the kid?
Look who his father is. They get on top of that boost, fellas. It's all flags and hallelujah. And anybody who didn't sign on, he'll be lucky to work the boards with a broom and a dustpan.
Damien's the only hesitant one here.
Damien, just say please, sir, and thank you.
No Richard Harrow yet this episode.
Benny, go around the corner and purchase me 1 pound of halva.
Stuff will rot your teeth.
Have a craving.
Yo, chill, man. Like,
The hell was that?
He does funny things sometimes.
It's a sugar, Liengo.
¿Qué cosa potete fare? Please.
that like, does he have Tourette's, that guy? Or
You met with AR. He can be difficult to read.
That thing of yours this morning. I just said yes to that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't ask you. I need Rothstein, not the fella that carries his water.
Fucks with you. I make a friendly gesture.
Charlie?
And this bust out asshole.
What, are we friends now? You fucking come near my mother?
Ellie, she begged for it.
yeah, see,
Gentlemen, I'm running a business here, yes!
that's never gonna be squashed. That's never gonna be squashed. Never, never.
May I call you Jimmy? Jimmy, Charlie and I have learned a great deal from Mr. Rothstein, as I am sure you have learned from Mr. Thompson. But nobody wants to be in school forever. As I see it, we have a lot in common. And if we put aside our differences, things could happen.
Lansky, a smart
Such
fella.
as trading partners. We buy liquor from you, you buy something from us.
And what would that be?
We're thinking of getting into heroin.
When you run the numbers, it starts looking very attractive.
He crazy. He crazy, man.
Katie seems incapable of laying this down properly.
And so do you.
Not much meat on her. Works a treat night.
Thank you. You've been traveling around the country.
With Mr. McGarrigle, filling the coffers.
New York, Boston, Chicago. There's support for the cause amongst those that keep ties with home.
Ourselves alone.
Roll credits.
Your Gaelic's a bit off. Sinn Féin, we ourselves, that's closer. Either case, it's what we're about, because who else would fight for us?
What do you do for Mr. McGarrigle?
As you see, clear the path. I was a livestock inspector before the rebellion in Coleraine, well to the north. Make you from the lonesome west.
Kerry.
Family there still?
No.
Well, that's right. Two Irish individuals here. I forgot about that.
And you won't have to choose sides.
I thought first to do the bedroom, but then I say he must have his office. They are vandals, nothing more. See here, a water rink.
Poor Mr. Kessler, man. They turned everything upside down like Stranger Things and didn't correct it at all.
Damien Fleming. He says he must speak to you.
Okay. Damien, I told you, Damien's the one that's going to speak out potentially. And if he finds out who's backstabbing him, it's going to make it so interesting.
Well, it's like the Commodore. He cast some kind of voodoo spell, and everything he did for us, it's like it never even happened. And
Okay, so he's aware now. He's aware.
Yes.
All alone, big brother?
Eli.
How does it feel? Sitting at your fancy desk by yourself.
Really?
Eli, please, listen closely. If now, right now, you tell me you want to get out of this, I will help you. I will find some way. And we will come to terms. I'm prepared to hear your side of it. But I will help you.
But if you don't...
If you tell me now.
But if you don't...
Because in a minute, it's going to be too late.
Like I said, it really do be your own, man. It really do be your own. What's your circle?
You know the funny thing? Nobody takes power. Somebody else has to give it to them. Look around, big brother. What do you got?
That's a declaration of war. That's a declaration of war. I don't care. Hearing that phone click, declaration of war. It's on, man. It's on. Damien, I want names. Everyone involved. Everyone at that table.
I have a dinner engagement.
At least he's aware now.
Feels good to twist the knife.
Look at Eli dressed out of uniform as well for the very first time, or like one of the first times.
Now come meet the men that made this city.
Commodore pulling strings, man. Yeah, the Commodore low-key looked like my grandpa in Lebanon.
Sheriff Elias Thompson.
Oh, these are old school boys. These are old school boys.
Propinade nobis simili busque.
Whoa! Wait! Wait! Is that who I think it is? Is that Uncle June? It is!
Simili busque.
It took me a while to clock it. I was like, wait. I was like, that ain't who I think it is. Yo, there's some cult behind the scenes running everything, man.
Senator from New Jersey.
What a fantastic episode, man.
Cards are the same color.
Jesus, just play poker. 600 in the pot. What are you holding, my friend?
Straight to the 9.
Woo!
Cash me out.
Gentlemen, I appreciate the full and frank discussion.
Fuck that. You respect the terms. And you tell you froze your partner.
I most certainly will.
This place smells. Let's go. Come on. My uncle needs to hear this.
I recognize that guy too. Too Fast, Too Furious. I think Sopranos as well, potentially. No.
Who's that?
Representatives of Mr. Masri.
Who's he?
Mustache Pete fat ass. Thinks he owns the Lower East Side.
Simple, misunderstanding.
Yo, Maya Lansky really short. But he a powerful man. Oh, yo, he getting through that book, man. He getting through Tom Sawyer.
Well, you meet this little one here. They have a sweet time chatting. Then she play this piano.
And what that say? There.
Well, that say, get your finger out of my face.
I don't like about you that buck in a wing suit. Bright-skinned bitch you strut around with.
Bro,
the way you tell the world you better than Dunn Pernsley, when all you be's another jigaboo in a jail cell.
This guy can't hack that Nucky Thompson has established himself. Oh, sorry. That Chalky White has established himself in life. Like, really? All the boys are...
Harold C. Madison. How your daddy keep it?
Tolerable, sir. Thank you for the doctor bill.
Know a hook way.
Mr. White.
Things good down the gold room.
Supposed to work today.
I'll talk to him. Timothy. Cornelius.
I'm grateful for the turkey, sir.
All righty then.
Hey, 10,000 black folk in Atlantic City and he'd know them all by name. All by name. Bro, just who you think you're dealing with, boy? Yo, he a strong boy, I'm not gonna lie, but... Oh, they're gonna choke him out? Don't ever... Listen. Notice how all of them stayed silent for the entire day. The entire day, they stayed silent. Aware of who Chalky White is and what he's capable of. Until he called the shots. That was a... Oh, that's so good. That's so... That is so good. What a great scene. Told you, don't poke the bear, man. Sir, just remember, the king stayed a king, man.
Which one of you boys know his letters?
I do.
David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. Chapter 1, I Am Born. Whether I shall turn out to be the hero of my own life, or whether that station will be held by anyone else.
Yo, Chalky White must have back problems from carrying this episode, man.
I've no doubt it is properly prepared, but I eschew any flesh that walks on cloven hoof.
Huh?
I was unaware of your preference.
I'm not sure if listen, I think the Irish stuff is interesting this episode. But I'm really not that invested in it, if I'm being honest. Listen, I've praised this show so much. Like there's only so much I can praise this show. It's absolutely fantastic. I've liked this episode in terms of Chalky White trying to suss out, you know, who's behind him, or who's stabbing him in the back. And then you realize that the Commodore's operations goes deeper than that, with basically him trying to retake the city and, you know, making Eli see who really founded Atlantic City. You know, all the old heads. And Commodore, I think, can't hack that it's being run by Nucky Thompson, and you know, him putting others in charge, and definitely a big race issue as well with what the Commodore sees in Chalky White and his people. So definitely wouldn't be surprised if he has, like, I think he obviously has his hand dipped in the KKK and has been instructing him to carry out those hits on Chalky White. I think the Commodore believes, like, I think he has this, like, God complex, definitely a massive ego in terms of, like, him thinking he can run Atlantic City. But I think Nucky is the perfect individual to cater to the people. Like, Nucky is a people's person. I don't think the Commodore is a people's person. And I think he's going to find out how difficult it is if he does take out Nucky Thompson, to see how... he's gonna realize how difficult it is to actually run Atlantic City. And listen, you got to be corrupt in some way to be in Atlantic City, because like I said in the last episode, the city is a character itself. The boardwalk is a character itself brought to life, and the city corrupts all those who venture to it. You've seen Margaret herself, and she's been corrupted by it. Yes, I still think she's a great character, but even she has been corrupted by the city. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens as we chug along with this season with the Commodore, and you know, his little senate he's creating right there. So yeah, but this Irish stuff here with Charlie Cox and Margaret, I don't know if I'm like invested that much in it. I feel like the Chalky White scenes this episode have been phenomenal.
A bit of the devil in him himself.
You're wrong there. I hold no truck with him at all.
Here's the challenge in this town.
How do you mean?
Yo!
Mr. Moran refers to Atlantic City's reputation for pleasure.
Huh?
Just give us a jack.
I want it square. I got no beef with Masseria. It's Rothstein's game.
Won't ask you again.
All right.
These are the same boys that were in Lansky's office.
No, it's the other one. It's the other.
Yep. Yep. Too clean with it. Too clean with it. Did he know they were going to come up on him? Like, because he was paying attention before to... Because I think they were going in that office with Lansky, and maybe they were paying attention to his winnings and possibly waited outside to jack him.
Allowed myself the one. I'll not have another.
Hence him taking out
I guess I'm done too.
the knife brass knuckle combo and putting it in the back of his belt.
The Irish people are at war against a barbaric foe. The English murder us in our homes. They fire into crowds. Last month they put the torch to Cork City and shot the firemen come to fight the blaze. We need guns and the money to buy them.
I'll get out to the ancient order of Kelps.
Did I tell you, John?
Remind the boys at your next dinner who their best friend in town is.
Cash suits us better.
I say the same thing myself, but today's not the day. Where are you off to next?
New York again. And the boat across the water.
It's a pity you can't stay in town longer.
I've seen enough.
Huh.
There's one other thing.
This guy tall, man.
Owen Slater, Mr. Thompson.
He'll be staying on in the States.
Why?
I have no stomach left for it, sir.
I mentioned that you might be able to help him out.
How many favors, man?
Bring me around tomorrow.
To the Ritz?
Yes.
No, you're back in there. Good.
If You gentlemen will excuse me.
I'll have just another, after all.
Don't have to look completely amazed. Do I seem that grand? I just didn't think you were like me.
Mr. Thompson, thank you for your hospitality and contribution. It's very much appreciated.
Yo, Owen Slater. Owen Slater.
He recited the funniest poem in the kitchen. A cow that walked into a saloon or something. Yes? And how did it go? Oh, I don't remember. Anyway, it was a little naughty.
Yo, he slumped in that chair, man.
I know we need to talk.
Do they have a case?
Yes,
Who is against you?
all of them.
You must be specific.
The ward bosses, except Fleming.
Yo, Tupac,
Commodore's
baby.
pulling the strings.
It's just me against the world.
I'm certain Jimmy's with him.
Will you not say your brother's name?
I told you, every king need a strong queen next to him.
Eli.
And I love the parallels this episode with Chalky Y having a strong queen next to him as well. And that other individual sort of being jealous of that. And then here, I think Nucky's going to start to realize that he needs to have a strong woman by his side who's going to hold it down for him in the future.
Eli is betraying me.
But she going to be ruthless as well. She going to have
No
her...
word from you since last night.
She going to have her strategies.
How could I not?
I keep people satisfied. That's all I do.
They will not be satisfied. You know that already.
Yep. Greed, baby. Greed. It's Atlantic City. Look at that guy. Before. The Irish guy.
Investigators turned the suite upside down.
Ask for one thing.
What might they have found?
And then ask for another favor for
The ledger book.
Mr. Slater.
It's missing. And some cash.
How much?
20,000, give or take.
Not a lot, is it? In the scheme of things.
That ledger book,
Stings
though.
Anyway.
Oh, the ledger book wasn't missing. That's what she took. That's what she took when she went to the bathroom.
You're smarter than your enemies, and you will persevere.
I told you.
But you're not thinking clearly now.
Every king need a strong queen.
And not give over to emotion.
Where did you get those?
From your closet. Today.
That was the bathroom break. The bathroom strategy.
This must be burned. And future dealings committed to memory. Do you agree?
So that was under the shoe cupboard, right? When he looked and opened it up, it wasn't there. And she must have taken it when she went into his bedroom or to the ensuite.
Poor Enoch. You're exhausted.
I sent you flowers for Valentine's. I never signed the card.
I knew who they were from. Come to sleep. In our bed.
Ourselves alone, man. He was the one in control this episode. She was the one keeping everything. She was the one with the contingency plan. Damn. Damn. Oh, it is Charlie Cox. Another solid episode of Boardwalk Empire, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, season 2 is spicing up at the moment. And listen, I didn't realize that Nucky was actually going to find out this early on who he's up against. Like, I thought maybe it was going to be, you know, something he finds later down in the season, but no, he found out this early on, and it's going to be interesting to see. I guess they want to play the long game with this sort of internal war that the politicians are having, or those who are in charge that are having. So it's going to be interesting to see how Nucky jabs back and what his strategy is, what the Commodore strategy is. So yeah, I think actually I like the fact that they pulled the trigger on Nucky finding out who he's up against earlier on, because I feel like we can have 10 great episodes, you know, going to the season 2 finale with this entire political game that's being played, you know, and all the players that are involved. It's going to be so interesting to see how everything intertwines, what Jimmy's doing in the background with Lansky and Lucky Luciano. How is that going to impact what Nucky is doing? How's Rothstein going to come into play? How's Torio and Al going to come into play? How's Chalky White going to come into play? Oh man, it's going to be interesting. So many key players, and I love that they all stayed around from the end of season 1. Like, none of them killed off in season 1. I love that. I love that. And I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. I'm going to get into episode 3 straight after this. As always, it's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.